Me gusta! Hello and welcome to the second episode of my mini-series where I teach you how to live stream to YouTube. In this episode I'll be showing you how to set up the ingestion settings, so the basic ingestion, bit rates, etc. and as well as setting YouTube's live events up with your encoder, your broadcaster, whether that be Wirecast for YouTube or XSplit, the two pieces of software I'll be talking to you about in this video. For any other pieces of software you may use, you would probably have to search around a bit because I won't be covering those. So first we have to select a bit rate, and under here in the ingestion settings it says basic ingestion or customized ingestion. I'll talk to you about this for a sec, but leave this checked as basic ingestion, and then you're going to click the drop down menu and there's loads of options. Now you can choose whichever quality you want to live stream in, but for most people, I'd say about 90% of people who live stream on YouTube always select 1500 kilobits per second to 4000 720p. Always select that one, and that's what, like I said, 90% of people on YouTube should use. Now I'm going to talk to you about basic ingestion and customized ingestion. Now when you select basic ingestion and you select one, for other encoders it'll give you an URL, so you input these into your encoder, set it up and done. But if you say create a new event and you select this under basic ingestion again, the URL here will change, which means you have to re-input it into your encoder, which can be a pain in the ass. Now with customized ingestion, if you select that and you select stream, you may not have any here, you click create new stream, you can call it something, I'll say 720p, give it a description, and then under the sustained bitrate you want to select the quality you want to choose, so I'll do 720p, save changes. Now what this does is every time you choose that one, the URL here will never change, which means you can use the exact same input as you've been using for previous live streams just by clicking customized ingestion and selecting the same one as you did before. So that's what's quite good about customized ingestion. Now we have to select our encoder, and first I'll be talking about Wirecast for YouTube, which is a good piece of software used for live stream to YouTube, and it's good for like sort of live events with loads of different shots. So you've got loads of cameras. Wirecast for YouTube is pretty good at organising those into a stream. And then I'll be showing you XSplit, which is pretty much an all-purpose, all-round great live streaming software. You can live stream your screen, gameplay, webcams, whatever. It's really good. I recommend using that over any other piece of software. But like I said, I'll be showing you Wirecast for YouTube first. So what you want to do is select the drop-down menu and select Wirecast for YouTube. And now this would give you some steps, and I'll talk you through those steps now. First thing you want to do is download and install Wirecast for YouTube, whether it's the Mac version or the Windows version. You just download this and install the file that will be downloaded. So this is what Wirecast for YouTube looks like. I'm not going to be teaching you how to use this, but you need to find it out for yourself. But what you need to do is set it up so that you'll be live streaming a 1280 by 720p stream at 30 frames per second. So once you've got all set up, you can now connect this to your live event. So in order to connect Wirecast for YouTube to your live event, you need to go to broadcast and then broadcast settings. And then you want to first choose an encoder. I'd say YouTube 720p recommended. Destination, it says username, and you want to click authenticate. What this will do, it will open your browser and it will say select your account. So you'd select your YouTube account, and it says your app would like to manage your YouTube account. Click accept, and then what that will do is it will successfully connect your account to Wirecast for YouTube. Then under event, you want to select your event. So my event was called test, therefore I select the event test. And then format, there pretty much is only one option, 720p. So once that's all set up, you click save, and that's pretty much Wirecast for YouTube set up with your live event. I'm not going to teach you how to live stream to YouTube yet, so how to go live. I'm going to teach you that in the next episode, but that's how you set up the encoder, Wirecast for YouTube encoder with your live event. Next I'm going to show you how to do that for XSplit, and what you want to do is under select your encoder, you want to select other encoders. And once you've done that, now you want to go over to XSplit, xsplit.com, and either buy it, or if you've already bought it, download it and install XSplit. Now before going over to XSplit, you need to keep in mind location of two very important URLs, or two important text boxes. On your YouTube live event it says copy and paste into your encoder. You want to keep in mind where stream name is, which is usually your Gmail account's name without that gmail.com bit, and then a bunch of numbers and letters, and then your primary server URL, which is usually live1 or live2 at the very end. So keep in mind where those are. Now we need to open XSplit, and like I said with Wirecast for YouTube, I'm not going to be teaching you how to use XSplit. Hopefully you already know how to use that. I'm just going to be teaching you how to set up XSplit with your YouTube live event. So to create something you can broadcast to, which will be a live event, you need to go to the broadcast tab at the top and go to add channel and select custom RTMP. And now here there are multiple things you want to put in: name and description are the visible names in XSplit. These can be whatever, so lol, lol2, RTMP. Now this is URL I said to keep in mind, which was over here. So on live event it says primary server URL, and that would be like RTMP:// and then sort of web address. You want to copy that by using Control-C, and then come over back to XSplit, RTMP URL, paste that. And now stream name is the first box, which was a stream name, and it was like a bunch of numbers and letters. You want to paste that into stream name. Share link and user agent, leave that blank. Now next thing we want to come over to is video encoding. Codec has to be X.264, which is XSplit's custom H.264 codec, which is pretty much that, but for live streaming, and it's their own custom one. Max bitrate. Now you can put this to whatever, keeping in the limits of 1500 to 4000. What most people should use and will use is 2500 kbps max bitrate, so always have that like that. Mode, have that as VBR, so like if your frames drop and stuff, the encoder will detect that and drop its sort of bitrate. Now underneath there there's like a cog icon. You want to click that and you want to go to where it says quality. You could put this from 8 till 10, there's no real difference, I just put it at 10. Max keyframe, just leave that as default, which I'm not sure what that is, but I leave it as default. Encoder preset always has that as very fast, and only put it down to fast when you have a super processor, which is an i7. Now VBV buffer I always leave as the same as your max bitrate. So if my max bitrate was 2500, have my VBV buffer as 2500 as well. And then these other things are XSplit things that you'll have to find out how to use. The last bit of this is audio encoding. You want to put codec as AAC LC high quality, which is advanced audio coding, low complexity, high quality. Bitrate kbps, you want to have that as 128, and format you have that as 44.1 kHz stereo. The last thing, say automatically save record on local hard drive. If you check that, it will record this to your local hard drive. If you uncheck it, it won't. And the last thing, interleave audio and video into one RTMP channel, always have that checked, and click OK, and that's your encoder set up with your YouTube live event. So that's how you set up your encoder, whether it be Wirecast for YouTube or XSplit, with your live event on YouTube. In the next video I'll be teaching you, well I won't be teaching you, I'll be showing you the live control room and explaining that. And then the episode after that, the last episode, I'll be showing you how to go live on YouTube. So hopefully see you guys next video.